I'm Tyler Bierce. I'm the CEO and founder of Heirloom Builders and the builder of the Amador House. When we came into this project, the client had already been working with an architect and had a drawing set near the point of having a permit in hand. We were actually able to come in what would typically be a little late for us, but right at a point where we were still able to come in and work together to say, okay, now how do we approach this and tackle this in a more feasible manner, in a more cost-effective manner? How do we accomplish this intent in a way that helps the client's goals, the architect's goals? So we were able to come in and still bring this into our pre-con process and add value, not taking it back to the drawing board by any means, but rethinking things like how we actually build this wall assembly in a way that still accomplishes the intent they're after, but maybe makes it more resilient, gives us some performance advantage and even a budget advantage. We're perched on top of 60 plus acres at the top of this hill with this beautiful view out to wine country over the valley. Whereas right now in the summer, where this brings this nice breeze up to us, in the winter, it amplifies those winter winds. What now is nice for a cool summer breeze brought us harsh winds that make it incredibly difficult to dry the building in. And in the end, we got there. But in that context, whereas the site is so lovely now, it was a little bit ferocious then. When it comes to orienting a building and designing a building to perform well passively, as far as how everything lays out, where you put your glass, those are all things we want to see our project teams prioritize. However, in this case, the view and taking full advantage of that is a little bit in opposition to ideal solar orientation for this house. You can see this beautiful expansive view we have, and to not leverage that would be a big miss. This is where we like to come in and strategizing how we're gonna execute the construction of a vision. We have a lot at our disposal as far as building materials and methodologies, even in a arguably suboptimal solar orientation, still build this thing in a way that is insulated and thought through and sufficiently airtight that even today on a 100-degree day, this thing stays stable and comfortable, noticeably more than your average built house, even with that suboptimal orientation. And that allows us to then not have to give way on what's really important, in this instance, the view, just for the sake of orientation. We can kind of have our cake and eat it too. I think for one of the things I'm most proud of on this project is what we were able to accomplish with the budget for this project, maintaining the big picture architectural gestures down to even some of the important modern detailing, the caseless, baseless detailing, without compromising the big picture vision, and make lots of little strategic decisions of how do we accomplish the intent. How do we get the most bang for our buck, so to speak, so that we don't have to give way and turn something that would be something this beautiful into a giant compromise and something that's only so-so. So I'm proud of our ability to bring all those things together and think very strategically about every single element and how we balance all the factors that go into a project to accomplish quite a lot for what we did. This house is so fun to drive up to because you pull off the main road and you come up this half-mile winding gravel private drive, winding up the side of the hill. And as you get near the top and you're still wondering if you're quite here yet, the house peaks over the edge with that sloped roof gazing out to the view. And you see it sneak above the hills in front of you to let you know that you're almost there. And it welcomes you in such a way that's just, it's hard not to put a smile on your face when you drive up here.